Stadium. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Carolina Panthers.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Hands up! Hands up!
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. You look at this Cowboy defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course. Pretty nice effort.
Second down, back to Sanders. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Dalton's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action now, Dalton. And this one is incomplete. The Panthers at 5-4 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, but they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing, Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now Prescott going to change the play.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
And the Panthers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now receiver in motion left.
They'll run with Pollard.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Pollard one more time.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Tony Pollard, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, he's got 4. He takes it in.
Defensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To throw here, Dalton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And Dalton to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
So Charles there on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the 1st down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Dalton's throw complete there to Thomas.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Running right, here's Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, You're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Dalton. And it'll be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line in. Then we're going to 53.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. Gets by him at the 25. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Prescott to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
This is fielded at the 27. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Oh, that's deep for Duvernay.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 47. 26.
To throw is Prescott.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And Thomas has it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Dalton now to pass. That is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
The field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a first and goal.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Here's Dalton. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's fourth and goal.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
York able to send this one through.
And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. A beautiful fake. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A first down throw for Prescott.
He finds his man, Pollard.
The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Second and a couple.
26. Hey, go, kill. Good.
Prescott now.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Cowboys would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Second half begins with a run by Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for a squad.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Andy Dalton. And his throw here's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Dalton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And this will be taken at the 13.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Pulled in at the 24. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte.
Dalton off play action. Out to his left. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. He's going to field this at the 4. Powering his way forward. And still fighting.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down. 20-yard line. So Frank Reich had it right as his guys win the challenge.
Hey, 2-2. 2-2.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. 2nd down, Prescott.
Here's a screen now for Pollard.
And he's brought down. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Well, Prescott, he's going to change things up here.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And that ball popped free. We can hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, 47. Go, get out there, get out there. Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 47. 26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 54. Line. Kill. Here we go, 46. 46.
Here's Prescott.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Panthers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off.
Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover. Pollard will take it up the gut.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
47. Hey, kill. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54. Line. 26.
On play action, Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hunt. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They're going option play on 3rd down.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. 4th quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Pollard again. And this time he is in for a Cowboy touchdown.
Now the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Cowboys 24, Panthers 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they make.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And my goodness, another interception. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
At their own 22-yard line.
Go, take it to the house. Hands up.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Point after here coming up. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Dalton and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 22. After the pick six, they go right back to the air.
It's deep for Duvernay.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And my goodness, another interception. Breaks through the contact. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They toss it now to Pollard.
And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
Hey, kill.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And now a fake there on the jet sweep as they'll give to Pollard.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Blue check. Set. Go. Ready.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.